It was Deja Vu at Ibrox as Rangers drew 2 each with PSV. And you know what? I'm a realist. I think on the performance, I think a draw was probably the fairest result. But when both your goals are brilliant and when both goals you concede are so avoidable, I think questions have got to be asked. But we have to go to the start of this game. Where it's funny though, because in the second half I thought we played pretty good, and that's when we conceded 2 goals. First half, when I thought we were really awful, we conceded none. But I think that was mainly down to Suter and Connor Goldson. But we kick off the game. It's an even start. Cantwell does a bit of pressing, wins the ball. He really should square it to Nico Raskin. He doesn't. The ball ends up almost falling to Raskin, but doesn't really fall to him. And I tell you what, right? See Sima and Dessers in this first half till about the 44th minute. It was like playing with 9 men. I don't understand why these two can show more effort and more of a pressing game in like the 70th minute than they can at the get-go. To me, it's embarrassing. I think Beale did get the team wrong. And just because Sima scored to make it 1-0 doesn't mean that Beale got it right. It just, because like, let's be real, if you put like, say Lammers and Danilo start it changes the game, obviously. I mean, Rangers could play a lot better and therefore maybe be already leading 1-0. Here, if Cantwell finds Raskin, maybe they're leading 1-0, but it's if buts, maybes, didn't happen. Bakayoko has a shot for PSV. And all this talk about PSV being better than they were last season, I think they capitalised on us just playing shite, and I say capitalised. In that first half we were awful and we still took it into a 1-0 lead, but really not much happening, man. From a Rangers point of view, what chances did we create in that first half? Nothing. Romaglio made a really awful mistake for PSV where Sima runs onto it. Instead of keeping it in, right, he lets it go out for a corner. Now I had a corner bet, so I'm not complaining from that aspect, but from every other aspect and everyone else in the stadium, why is he not keeping it in? Because it's not like he's like stopped to get an advantage in a better position. He's literally stopped at the 6-yard box, where if he takes a touch and controls that, he could easily score it. He really could, but it doesn't matter. The corner is horrendous. But then we get a bit of luck. Great closing down here from, I believe it was Cantwell and Cervantes. I believe it was. Sima falls to him. I'm like, oh, great opportunity here, and we've let it slide. And then Sima finesses it top right-hand corner completely against the run of play. An abysmal first half, but Suter, I think Cantwell, Suter, and Goldson were probably the only pass marks for that first half for me. Even Butland was a bit shaky. He dropped the ball and Luke de Jong managed to collect it. But we go into half time, and pretty much straight away a ball is lobbed over to Tav. He should probably head it, as McCoy says, but I mean, I'm not going to be too critical on Tav. It was on target, and it's actually a pretty good save from Benitez at the end of the day. But at the start of the second half, we see some great pressing. Finally, a bit of effort being put in for the front line. I mean, Cantwell put it in all night, but for Dessers and Sima, Sabari has a shot that blazes over, and then not Sabari, Sangari, he makes it 1-1, and it's pish defending. The ball is whipped in. Now, is it a good dummy for the PSV guy to flick it through? Absolutely, but it's an avoidable goal, and it seems like every goal Rangers concede are avoidable, and all we do is concede them. It's either goals like this where we just allow crosses in, or it's set pieces. So I guess they're of the same cloth. You know, balls being whipped into the box. But you know what? It's a good finish. Butland can't do anything about this, but we could do something about it. I mean, if you look at both our goals, realistically, what could PSV do about it? Now, I guess you could say from the first goal from us, it was a bit of he lost it in possession. I believe it was Sangari did lose it in possession. But, the finish for Sima, you can't really do much about it. And then our goal, which comes up pretty next, because Matondo comes on. And for me, Matondo changed this game for the better. We also had a Goldson tackle in here where he put his body on the line. But Cantwell, ball played to him, flicks it over the PSV guy's head. Brilliant. Finds Dessers, thought he was offside, but thankfully it was about, I think it's as level as you can get in a VAR game. He finds Matondo, first time finish, into the back of the net. It's his first ever Rangers goal. Mad. 2023. He's been here for 14 months. and it's his first goal for the club. Brilliant finish. It reminded me of that goal Martial scored against Liverpool for United. Just the technique, and that should be the goal that wins us this game. 2-1. By no means the tie is over, but it's great. It's a great win at home against a good team in Europe. But no, what happens? We concede a corner. Ball is whipped in. John Souttar doesn't win the header. I mean, it's a bit lucky for PSV's point of view. I mean, it's just clipped off the shoulder of Luke de Jong. It's flew in to the back of the net, but 2 each. And it was a bit soul destroying. We've seen the likes of Dial come on, Lundstrom come on as well. Who else come on? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Can't actually remember anyone else that came on. But then Matondo has a 25-yard strike. Almost see that one in, man. The Matondo redemption arc would have been his full swing. Ball is whipped in after this. Lammers has half a chance. It falls to Danilo, and he's got to put it in the back of the net. We're paying $6 million for this guy, man, and it's a team effort. Like, it doesn't even beat the first defender, alright. And even if it did beat the first defender, the goalie would have saved it. I have no doubt in my mind. And then Kieran Dial has a shot, blazes it over, and then that's how the game ended, guys. 2 each. And I'm a fair guy. I think a draw is the fair result, but when you score 2 goals that were great and concede 2 goals that were avoidable, you're always going to be nitpicking it. But anyway, the tie's very still much alive. Talk about Deja Vu. I'm home for Deja Vu in Eindhoven, because that's what Rangers need. And you know what? I've seen enough from Rangers tonight that tells me they can go and get a result, because obviously, I mean, PSV aren't world beaters, man. But Rangers just need to be defensively sound and play like they did for spells in that second half for the get-go. Because, you're not going to have 50,000 fans behind you. You're going to have PSV's fans. But anyway, that's us done. Till next time, 2 each. Peace.